everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Today I will first discuss what could have happened at the CCP's most mysterious Beidaihe meeting, a few facts about the CCP's current economic situation, and why the CCP could be in its most dangerous period right now. I would also like to hear your input as to what we should do under these kinds of circumstances. Now, let's jump right to our first topic today. After disappearing from the public eye for 2 weeks, the CCP leaders started showing up again. From this, people know that the CCP's mysterious and much anticipated Beidaihe meeting was over. Beidaihe meeting is the CCP's annual secret meeting of the CCP's top current and retired senior leaders, and the CCP's most important issues are usually debated and decided at this meeting. Because of its secret nature and because this year's meeting is extremely important, as it was the last one the CCP would have before its 20th National Congress, which will decide the CCP's new leadership and whether Xi Jinping will get a third term. People have been trying to figure out what actually happened during this meeting. There are all sorts of different rumors and statements. Some people say that Xi Jinping was severely attacked and criticized by the retired senior leaders during the meeting, and that Li Keqiang, the current Premier of China, would replace Xi in an upcoming 20th National Congress. Some other people say that Xi Jinping's third term is not a problem and he has not encountered meaningful challenges. Some say that although Xi Jinping did encounter some challenges, compromises between different CCP factions have been reached. The harsh zero-COVID policy of Xi will be tuned down and more efforts will be made in the economic sector to rescue China's economy, etc. So, out of all these conflicting rumors, which one is closer to the true situation? The following are some of the facts we can see. First, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang was the first CCP top leader who appeared in the public eye after the Beidaihe meeting. Social media videos and photos show that Li Keqiang inspected Shenzhen city yesterday, that's August 16. Not only that, he paid tribute to and laid flowers at the bronze statue of Deng Xiaoping, who was regarded as the chief architect of China's reform and opening up to the outside world policy. And these are 2 other photos of Li Keqiang in front of the statue of Deng Xiaoping. Please note that these photos were not published by the CCP's official media outlets. Not only that, a 30-second video that is widely circulated on Chinese social media platforms shows Li Keqiang talking to a group of people. In this video, Li Keqiang said that China's opening up to the outside world should continue. The Yellow River and Yangtze River will not flow backward. He encouraged local officials to turn the Yantian port in Shenzhen into the world's largest port in the future. Again, this statement was not reported by the official media. The CCP's official media Xinhua only reported that Li Keqiang hosted a meeting in Shenzhen to analyze the economic situation and make requirements for the next step of economic work. All the major provincial leaders attended the meeting, etc. Please note that this Xinhua report was published yesterday, the same day as Li Keqiang's Shenzhen visit. And where is Xi Jinping? According to this Xinhua report, he was inspecting Jinzhou city in Liaoning province in northeast China yesterday. Let me share the Xinhua report. So you can see that there are only 2 lines in this report saying that on August 16th, General Secretary Xi Jinping has visited the Liaoning Battle Memorial Museum in Jinzhou City, Liaoning Province, reviewed the history of the Northeast Liberation War and the victory process of the Battle of Liaoning, and gave Liaoshen battle, and given instructions on flood control work and improved disaster prevention capabilities, etc. Below this 2-line text, there are a lot of photos of Xi Jinping's activities. See, these photos shows he's visiting the museum and talking to maybe staff there, and then he was inspecting some flood control work outside of somewhere outdoor. And then he was talking to this kind of people, happy face. But we should also note that sorry, I want to take this out. Okay, need to take out this off. So we should also note that this report only came out today, August 17th. That was 1 day after Xi's visit and after the report about Li Keqiang was published. This, from whichever angle, is not right or normal in the CCP society. In the CCP's public events and reports about the public events, the order of leaders' appearance is very important, and you can virtually judge who has upper hand in the CCP's political struggles by whose name is mentioned first and whose name is mentioned second, etc. Actually, on August 12th, that was 4 days before Li Keqiang appeared in Shenzhen, a city that has become an icon for China's reform and opening up to the outside world policy. Professor Yuan Hongbin revealed in his YouTube show that what had happened in the secret Beidaihe meeting. Yuan said that one of the agendas of the meeting is to review the political report that Xi Jinping is going to deliver at the 12th National Congress. And Xi Jinping's main political enemy, Zeng he's the former vice chairman of China, suggested that one of the main achievements of the former CCP leader Deng Xiaoping should be included in Xi Jinping's report. And what was the main achievement? It was the abolishment of the lifelong tenure of the CCP leaders. Before Deng Xiaoping, in Mao's time, Mao Zedong was the lifelong leader of the CCP. Since Deng Xiaoping abolished the lifelong tenure system, all the CCP leaders only had 2 terms maximum. Xi Jinping is the only one who is seeking a third term, or maybe lifelong tenure. So imagine if Xi Jinping were to read about Deng Xiaoping's achievement about abolishing the lifelong tenure system of the CCP at the CCP's 20th National Congress. What a huge embarrassment that would be. According to Yuan Hongbin, Zeng Qinghong's suggestion gained the support of most of the retired CCP seniors, including including former CCP Premier Zhu Rongji and Wen Jiabao, and Xi Jinping's predecessor Hu Jintao did not express support for the suggestion, but he didn't express objection either. So according to Yuan Hongbin, Zeng Qinghong's sudden assault at the meeting infuriated Xi Jinping so much that he ordered to start a new round of military exercises in Yellow and Bohai Seas after the PLA's 4-day military exercises around Taiwan had ended. Xi Jinping also ordered to have the military exercises continue until September. In the meantime, he also ordered the PLA to announce that the so-called war preparation operations around Taiwan would be normalized. According to Yuan Hongbin, the purpose for Xi to do this is that Xi is ready to turn the war preparation operations around Taiwan into military operations targeting the US and Japan at any time. And this would enable Xi to enact a military emergency status in China. This is the best way to deal with the potential political crisis Xi Jinping could face at the CCP's 20th National Congress surrounding his lifelong leadership status. Yuan Hongbin also said that Xi Jinping had ordered to enhance the security for retired CCP seniors. This, in fact, is to strengthen control and monitoring of those former leaders. If anything goes wrong, those leaders could be locked up. So the above are the details revealed by Yuan Hongbin on August 12th. Judging from the fact that Li Keqiang actually paid a special tribute to Deng Xiaoping's statue in Shenzhen and that he declared publicly that the CCP's reform and opening up policy should be continued, the Yellow River and Yangtze River will not flow backwards, etc., we can draw the conclusion that what Yuan Hongbin said about what happened at the secret Beidaihe meeting could be true. Also, judging from what happened after the Beidaihe meeting, we can see that the meeting has not only not stopped the CCP's internal power struggle, but also, in fact, deepened it. The so-called 路线斗争, which means struggles between which road to take, continues after the meeting. That's why Li Keqiang and Xi Jinping chose different but both symbolic cities to visit. While Shenzhen is an iconic city representing reform and opening up to the outside world, the Liaoshen Battle Memorial Museum that Xi Jinping visited represents the CCP's military victory over the Kuomintang in China's Civil War in the 1940s. Liaoshen Battle was one of the 3 major battles between the CCP and Kuomintang before the CCP drove Kuomintang out of mainland China and gained power in China. So it was a very important one for the CCP. So Xi Jinping's choice of visiting the Liaoshen Battle Memorial Museum declares his different choice of which route to go and shows his determination to conquer by military force. Some people in the West are saying that Xi Jinping might ease up the pressure the CCP is putting on Taiwan after he gets his 3rd term at the CCP's 20th National Congress. The main reason for them to say this is that after 10 to 10 more years of development, the CCP's economic and military strength will overpower that of America's, and only then will the CCP invade Taiwan. According to Professor Yuan Hongbin, this kind of statement is very wrong and misleading, as history has reached a turning point and the future time is not on the CCP's side. I also think that the golden time for the CCP was over. Starting from now, the economy of China will slide down very quickly. Let's quickly check a few facts and figures. So fact number 1, the growth of China's outstanding total social financing drops significantly in July. So according to the CCP's newly released figures, the so-called growth of outstanding total social financing in July was 756 billion yuan. This was much lower than expected. In June, this number was 5.17 trillion yuan. And in July last year, it was 1 trillion yuan. So the drop is very significant. Also, 52.9% of the gross outstanding total social financing came from the government sector or government bonds. Total social financing refers to the total amount of all funds received by the real economy from the financial system in a certain period of time. So the significant drop of it means that companies and individuals are not borrowing money to invest or spend. This is also consistent with what we discussed last time. Many Chinese people are paying back their mortgages earlier as they have lost confidence in the future. So fact number 2, according to the CCP's own figure, the unemployment rate of young people aged 16 to 24 in July was as high as 19.9%. This is a record high. As the CCP always polishes its statistics and always covers up the truth, we have reason to believe that the real number is much, much higher. And the number 3 fact, all 31 provinces in China reported negative fiscal revenue in the first 6 months of this year. And So if we check all the numbers, we can see, all the provinces, including the most advanced ones like Shanghai City, have a negative fiscal revenue in the 6 months of this year. And this indicates that all the provinces have, encountered big fiscal problems. Last time we talked about a small city in Henan province, Danton, was not even to pay the bus drivers, so the whole bus system in the city had to be stopped. And the number 4 figure, or the number 4 fact, is China's real estate investment fell 12% in July, while new housing starts saw the biggest drop in nearly a decade. Developers are struggling to survive. And remember, China's real estate market contributes 20% to China's GDP and 40% to the local government's financial revenue. And the number 5 fact, according to the financial statement released by China's internet giant Tencent. So this is a picture of Tencent. Its net profit in the second quarter slumped as much as 56% 56%. Tencent was once one of the most profitable companies in China and was the most valuable company in China over the Hurun China 500 most valuable private companies in 2021. That is only last year. So if even the most profitable and most valuable company in China is having such a difficult time, how are other companies coping with this situation? And fact number 7. Number 6, yesterday, that is 26, an official document jointly issued by 16 of CCP's governmental and even military departments was published on many China's website. And this document is titled Guidance on the Further Improvement and Implementation of Active Reproductive Support Measures. It lists many measures that should be taken to encourage people to have more children. The National Health Commission, the Development and Reform Commission, the Central Propaganda Department, the People's Bank of China, the Central Administration of Taxation, and the Central Military Commission of Logistics Department, etc., are all among the 17 departments that jointly issued this guideline. So what does this mean? It shows how desperate the CCP is regarding the fast dropping and aging population. Will such a society have a future for economic development? Well, it is said that for a totalitarian regime such as the CCP, the most dangerous time is when it has reached the pinnacle of national power and when it feels that its power is about to slide down fast. At such a time, it is most likely to take a risk, to wage a war so that the balance of power in the world can be re-established. So, in this sense, the CCP has also entered the most dangerous period and is most dangerous to the world. What should we do at such a time? Please leave us a comment and tell us your thoughts regarding this. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my content, please spread my channel and videos or go to my website at jenniferzengblog.com. Sign up for a membership or make a donation to show your support. Thank you. See you next time.